Good evening. Welcome to VC3 News and Sports for Thursday, August 22nd, 2024. I am Shadane McLean. In our local stories, despite the impact of Hurricane Beryl in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves says most schools across the country will reopen on September 2nd as scheduled. Speaking on NBC Radio face-to-face program yesterday, the Prime Minister said that work has been done on all schools across the country, except for 14 that were being used as emergency shelters for people who were displaced by Hurricane Beryl.
Most of the schools are expected to open on the 2nd of September, but some will be delayed. The ministry is dealing with the complicated matters of staffing, furniture, given the new situation now. A lot of furniture has been damaged, destroyed, wear and tear with what happened, especially even in the shelters too. And equipment.
Prime Minister further said that the Union Island Secondary School will also be ready for September 2nd.
We have to deal with the question of electricity, and I'll come to that shortly. And the water should be okay. They have some things to do, but that should be okay. That will take a couple of days to fix that part. And Stephanie Brown would be maybe a week, 2 weeks late.
Parents were given the opportunity of sending their children to school in Union Island or at a temporary campus at Annesville that is being renovated and expanded to house the 3 schools in Union Island. The Prime Minister is hopeful that at least 60% of the students may attend classes at the temporary campuses.
Which should be ready for the second the building itself. And I'm relying on the Minister of Education to get the furniture and the equipment, everything inside. And also to make sure you divide the teachers properly and who want to come up, go down. It's not an easy business. And some people are not indicating yet where they want to go. They're just, for different reasons, waiting. But you can see where some will be leaning, and I don't know why some of them not making the judgment call. And they have to make the judgment call this week. In fact, they should have made the judgment call since Monday, the latest.
And in other local stories, 10 students who were successful in the 2024 Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment CPA examination this year today received scholarships from Flo. Speaking at the handing over ceremony held at the Flo main office in Roseau, country manager of Flo, Wayne Hull, explains that each scholarship amounts to over $11,000.
For those who have a full scholarship, for the Forms 1 to 3, the value of the scholarship is $1,400 per year. From 4 to 5, it will be $1,600 per year. And should the student go on to the community college level, it's $2,000 per year. So I think these contributions by us really would help to defray some of the expenses that our parents would face. And clearly, you see here today, our awardees would have the goodie bags, and we have some tablets here that would help you with your research and your schoolwork, over the years.
Mr. Hull further congratulated all recipients for doing exceptionally well in CPA exams. He added that the company will be a part of the students' success for the next 7 years.
Congratulate the parents as well, because your input is certainly vital to that success. But I would say, this is only one step in your journey. Your next step is secondary school. So it's important that, you now progress through that level so that you can come out with excellent CSEC grades, right, in the next 5 years. And as part of our own input into you maintaining your excellence, and note this carefully, students, you have to maintain a passing grade each year in secondary school to maintain your Flo scholarship.
Meanwhile, Senior Education Officer Mavis Finley Joseph expressed gratitude to Flo for their continued investment to the nation's youth.
Of these scholarships and grants, you're not only recipients of financial assistance, but also ambassadors of hope, proof that hard work and dedication are rewarded and that dreams can be realized through persistent hard work. The Ministry of Education National Reconciliation acknowledges and lauds the fact that Flo has shown exceptional foresight and dedication by investing in the education of our youth. As evidenced today, nurturing the potential of our youth, exemplifying the true spirit of community engagement and social responsibility. Since 1984, 40 years, as you were told this morning, you continued to pave the way for a brighter and more promising future.
The Environmental Health Department in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment has increased its environmental checks around communities as the country continues to battle with an outbreak of dengue fever. Speaking on the VC3 Roundtable Talk program last evening, Senior Environmental Officer Carlos Wilson said that the vector control team has been working tirelessly to reduce the number of mosquitoes and the number of dengue fever cases in the country.
What we're doing is to do integrated vector management, where we have, persons accustomed to seeing us doing fogging exercises and think that that is all that we do. But we're involved in biological control. It has to be a number of activities simultaneously, where we will add larvivorous fishes to water bodies in stagnant areas. We do physical activities in that environmental manipulation. That is where we will go around cleaning your drums, like turning over, advising persons to screen the drums, advise them to scrub around the rim, because what happens is that these Egyptian mosquito will always lay where the water line is, right? Because the intention is that as the water level rises, the eggs will now get moisture in order for them to hatch. And she will lay it in such a way that in containers that have enough organic matter to take them through the life cycle. So by us going to overturn and showing persons how to clean their drums, screen them, that is one way of physically removing the eggs.
Mr. Wilson added that a team from the Health Promotions Unit has been partnering with their ongoing mosquito public awareness campaign.
A number of activities, as I indicated, and the continuing education one-on-one, and the public awareness where we try to reach the masses. Because last Saturday the team was in Calico, and the Health Promotion Unit, we had a roadshow, right? Came Gibson Corner and those areas, Kingston, and we intended to hit every village, bringing the message of preventing the breeding of mosquitoes, keeping our environment in that manner that would not allow the breeding, and of course the message of the dengue.
Senior Health Environmental Officer further encouraged the public to keep their surroundings clean.
There is linked to mosquito, the mosquito life cycle and climate change. With the rise in temperatures, you have shorter life cycle. Usually a typical life cycle goes to like 7 days. Now you'll have mosquitoes 5 days from eggs to adult, from the time the female lays to the adult stage, right? So egg, larvae, pupae, adult, 5 to 7 days, and can be reduced. The other thing is that we're just out of a dry spell, and a number of persons were harvesting rainwater. We try to advise the safe harvesting, as I said before, with the screening and tapping. That is a contributory factor. Our garbage disposal is used to, but around this time, as I said earlier, the climate, the temperature is obviously we can feel it. It's really heated. Now the rain is falling. Is that bear in mind that the female mosquito will lay her eggs with anticipation that things are going to change. Things are going to get better.
Venezuelans on July 28 elected President Nicolas Maduro to serve for a third consecutive term, but this appears to be a problem for some international countries. However, head of the diplomatic mission in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ambassador Francisco Perez Santana, is asking for respect of Venezuela's democracy. More details in this report.
Head of the diplomatic mission of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Francisco Perez Santana, says his country is asking the international community to accept the truth and decision of the Supreme Court and the people of Venezuela, who elected President Nicolas Maduro as president from 2025 to 2031. Speaking with VC3 News on Tuesday, Ambassador Santana said Venezuela's natural resources seem to be the interest of some in the international community, in particular, its large oil reserves that many want to get their hands on. Ambassador Santana claims that interference in their sovereign affairs by the United States administration in particular have come in many forms, some of which he listed.
War of fourth generation, we call, or multidimensional coup d'etat, because they touch the economic, the cognitive, they touch also the heat of the street, they touch many different elements to agree to be against our country.
He said that some of this discontentment might have come from the bold move made by the late President Hugo Chavez when he first came to power to adjust the price structure of the oil sold on the market.
Remember that Chavez, doing a very good job with the OPEC, could establish the price of the oil in 100 US dollar, and then now is 80 something, no? But variable and no less than 700. Never in those 30 years that from the election of Chavez. So United States need the oil for the war that they are doing in the Middle East and in around the world, and which is the country that have the major the biggest oil reserve, Venezuela, and which is the country that is very near to United States. Just one ship, less than 1 day with oil can arrive to United States.
NFO president calls for more youth involvement in the fishing industry. This and other stories coming up when we return after the break. Stay with us.
Now available from all lotto agents. Gold Mine, a new $2 Insta-Cash game with a top prize of $3,000. Gold Mine, so easy to play. If your numbers equals the bars of gold numbers in the same group, win the prize shown. You can win up to 3 times. Get your Gold Mine Insta-Cash tickets where there's no waiting for a draw, and you can win on the spot. Gold Mine, another easy-to-win Insta-Cash game from the National Lotteries Authority.
Welcome back to VC3 News. President of the National Fisherfolk Organization, Winsbert Harry, is calling for more youth involvement in the fishing industry. The call was made during an interview with VC3 yesterday.
Well, it's something I was appealing over the years to see how we can promote fishing. And one of the things the national organization was trying to do is to see how we can get fishing in the school curriculum, even to get fishing at our colleges, at the A-level college, at the technical college. Because in the industry, it's not all about going in a boat and catching fish. There's a lot of other rooms within the industry.
Mr. Harry said that the government and the Ministry of Education should put things in place to change the youth's perspective of the industry.
I don't want the youngsters to see fishing is only for persons who drop out of school, last resort in it, and then we really have to see how the government or the fisheries division could really encourage persons to get involved in the fishing industry, because this fishing industry contributes almost 2.2% to the GDP of this country, and then we have a zone at least easy that utilizing, and then we have IAU fishing as well, to where we see foreign boats are fishing now in our waters.
In other stories, the Major Crime Unit, MCU, of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, RSVGPF, has launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of Gifton Miles, an 11-year-old of Francois, Vermont. The deceased was discovered in an unresponsive state on Tuesday, August 20th, 2024, in the afternoon lying on his back under the house of a relative with what appeared to be injuries to his neck. The police were alerted and proceeded to the scene. The scene was processed by the crime scene unit and items of evidential value were retrieved. He was later pronounced dead at the scene by a medical practitioner. A post-mortem examination will be conducted on the body to ascertain the cause of death. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force extends condolences to the family and friends of the deceased as they mourn the loss of their loved one. VC3 also extends condolences to the family as they navigate this difficult time. The RSVGPF further encourages parents and guardians to pay closer attention to what their children are doing during the summer break. Coming up next, we have local VC3 sports.
Your life, your vibe, your cola. So represent.
Your life, your vibe, representing the best cola. Me and talk about zest cola. Right from me.
Open the cola, me a look for the best cola.
Look to the left, me see the zest cola. Look to the right, me see the zest cola.
Zest cola are the best cola. Represent for the zest cola. Zest cola are the best cola.
Zest. Your life, your vibe, your cola. Zest. Represent with the best cola available island-wide at your favorite bars, restaurants, corner stores, and supermarkets. Zest. Your cola, your vibe.
Welcome back to VC3 Sports. On the local scene, on Sunday, local runners will compete in the annual Roundy Town Road Relay hosted by Team Athletics SVG. Team Athletics says the teams of 4 runners will compete in a one-lap course in Kingstown to kick off the 2024 Road Racing Series and the 2024-2025 local athletics season. At the intersection of Halifax Streets and Heritage Square, each runner starts and finishes. The relay will be run in 3 categories: primary schools, male and female, secondary school, male and female, and the open category. This year, Team Athletics SVG is collaborating with the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment in addition to the road relay to promote physical activity and combat non-communicable diseases or NCDs. A demonstration race will be staged as part of this endeavor to include invited public figures, fitness organizations, and the general public who might not be interested in competing in the event. Teams participating in the NCD awareness relay need to have a minimum of 1 female team member who will run the first leg. There won't be any legs longer than 200 meters. Interested parties are encouraged to sign up by going to Team Athletics SVG's website. That's the VC3 Sports Update.
Win back-to-school supplies from the National Lotteries Authority. Simply combine $5 worth of non-winning Instacash tickets along with $10 worth of non-winning scratch tickets. Provide name and contact number and drop-in box provided at active Lotto agents island-wide, qualifying you for 2 grand draws where you can be one of 20 winners of $1,500 worth of school supplies. First draw August 30th and the second on September 13th. Get your Instacash and scratch tickets and win back-to-school supplies from the National Lotteries Authority. NLA terms and conditions apply.
That's the end of our VC3 News and Sports. Join us on our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok as well as the VC3 channel 114 for more updates. See you next time. I am Shade McLean.